Welcome to Steineck Lodge. This is part of the Hankook Extreme 4x4 Challenge series. What makes this event so different is a full weekend of activities starting out on Friday night with a live broadcast of Talks and Chops. Saturday morning dawns and this is where we are. We're here for the Hankook 4x4 Challenge and loads to do for the family today as well. There's lots of cars on display and you can see food stalls and some live music during the day with a big concert on Saturday evening and the main event featuring none other than Steve Hofmeyer himself. Great to see some local support here as well and a little bit of a feeling of what's going to be happening through the day. The live music is definitely going to be one of the big features for this weekend and they certainly put on a great show here. And the crowd are loving it, and that's what we want. Let's get down to scrutineering now to check out all the cars and make sure that all the safety requirements have been met. The driver's briefing will go through the day's rules and ensure that the draw for the starting numbers is also sorted out.
En daar was 'n pro en 'n dis ouens soos julle, die lokkerklas, né? Julle ken hierdie ou, julle
Different classes for the day as well, just being explained, and hopefully all the routes going to be explained as well, and what to watch out for out on the routes. And then it's time to sort out the draw.
Dis 'n double, ek kan nie. Moet weer mengel.
Okay.
And the draw is final, hey? Let's catch up with Juanetta Grief, the Hankook marketing manager, and find out why they got involved.
Well, Hankook's been involved with the X-Track racing for a couple of years now. And I mean, this is right up our alley. We have a mud-terrain tire that is very capable of doing this. And yeah, it's been a couple of years and we're still enjoying it. We also have a passenger range and our all-terrain tire. And yeah, then the mud terrain's not just for the guys doing these crazy stunts here today. I mean, you can also put it onto your normal 4x4 and go a bit of off-roading.
Out on track now for the first time, and this is the time trial. And remember, with the time trial, you have to start in the box and end in the box in order for you to get it all right. Tim van der End in the modified class, setting the initial time and showing that it's going to be a dusty event to be involved in today. Oh, a rollback taken on the time trial, that's not what you want, that's for sure. It's definitely something you're going to have to be very, very concerned about. Now, does he finish in the box nicely? Yes, he does. Good start there from Van den End. Mark comes through now. This is Tim's brother. He's also in the modified class. Looks like the modified cars are going to back a little bit here in these very tight sections for the time trial. Remember, these cars are not built to be doing time trials. They're built to go up and over walls and obstacles, which we're going to find a little bit later on in the show. Maneuverability is not great. As you can see, a wide line so that he can avoid having to take that rollback and catching up to exactly what his brother made the mistake on and uses it to his advantage. Good stop in the box.
I would just like to finish because usually this event takes me out before the end of the day. So for today, I just want to like to finish. Well, one of the big things is driving for Tim Hankook nowadays. So I'm put a new pair of Hankooks on here. So but it seems to be working well.
Certainly looks good so far. And Arnu is looking very tasty out there, taking slightly wider lines as well in that modified vehicle of his. Watch for the wide line here through this tree. Or just a little bit of extra power to squeeze it round. That's not a bad plan either. Slightly different maneuvers and slightly different techniques being used by the drivers. Arnu finishes up nicely, just outside the box though. Great to see a tyre company like Hankook getting behind this sport, and all the drivers basically build their own vehicles. It costs a lot to upgrade and maintain them. So any form of sponsorship is definitely going to be helped out and used to very good advantage. Jacques Swart, as you can see, in a massive modified. We're going to try and get this thing through. Listen to that. Grumpy is sounding very good out there. And if you can keep it all together, this is a car that'll definitely be in contention. The time trial just sorting things out here to see who's going to be out on track first and which obstacles they're going to be hitting. This car, of course, is always one to watch out for. Lucas Holzhausen. And there's no need to introduce him if you've been around in the world of 4x4. This is a vehicle that he built himself and certainly is untouchable when it comes to this format of the sport. To just avoid some of the dust he kicked up from the earlier corners, it is a concern that the dust's probably going to play a major role here today. No issues there for Holzhausen. He comes through the little S-bend and finishes up in the time box. So the Moonhopper, SA's number 1. It's definitely going to be a car that'll be in contention today. Let's move on to the first obstacle and join the ladies. This is Christine Rothman in a Formula off-road car. This is also one of Lucas Holzhausen's creations. And you can see just having to take a little bit of an evasive maneuver and possible rollback there. That's going to cost us some points. Just trying to avoid the peg on the left-hand side there. Doesn't want to clip that. Up and out the other side this time. Trying to keep it all together. Can we get out nicely? Yes, very good. This first obstacle, of course, has got an option of a 60, 80, 100 and 120 point route to be taken. And Christine went for the 100 point and only with one rollback. Minus 10 for that rollback. If she'd hit one of the pegs or banners, that's minus 20. So I think she might have hit one of those, which will probably bring her down to about 70 points in total. Let's see if Lucas can do something. He's going to look at the 120 point obstacle. And this is the route that he'll be taking to try and keep a clear round on that 120. As you can see, independent steering there. Goes out the side. Little bit of dust, but a clear run by the looks of things. And that will score him great points as he goes down the other side.
Oh, they're actually afraid to ride with you. What's the problem?
No, you can get in if you want to.
Thanks.
Darby Rothman there on his own. That's Christie's husband. And deciding to go into the obstacle all on his own. It might be quite a good idea there to get Paul in and maybe do a little bit of a onboard camera run there, as opposed to the GoPros we usually get. This Formula off-road car, also known as the Vorshond. Couldn't quite get the turn in there, as you can see, so he's going to battle to get out, and there's a peg going to be in the way. This could possibly mean either clipping the peg or having to change his direction. Yes, rollback having to be taken there. And I think he touched the peg as well. So that's minus 30 there for him. And Darby will definitely have to look for another option later on and hopefully get it all sorted out. The next obstacle probably going to be just as easy because it makes it look so easy when you're in these cars. But these are purpose-built 4x4 vehicles. And this is what they do best. Ooh! No, that's definitely not what he wanted to do. That is a huge roll. Fortunately landing back on his wheels. Hopefully no damage to the car. Darby Rothman definitely getting a wake-up call there in the very early stages of competition.
Waiting for you to get in the vehicle.
Okay, what was it? Just momentum and a bounce?
Yeah, too much momentum.
Okay, well done.
Join us after the break for some more action at Steineck for the Hankook 4x4 Challenge.